I'm Kenyan, so yeah, in some spaces I'm black, but even in the spaces where there's black people, I'm African. And then when I go to African spaces, most Africans here are from West Africa, so I'm not West African. And so in those spaces, I'm Kenyan. So just feeling like I belong somewhere,
Oh
yeah,
my God.
I don't feel that. I feel like this just,
Pause. Pause. I've never felt that way around other Africans. I'm
Ibra,
just glad to be around other
No,
Africans.
you
All
gotta
of y'all niggas
understand.
are Ghanaian.
Ibra,
Ibra,
I
Ibra,
wanna,
Ibra,
I
Ibra.
wanna,
No.
I want
But
to
we're
reach the
West
point in life.
African.
Yeah, still.
She's
Hey, what?
Kenyan. Other side of the continent.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Reacts from your boys at the O2. Today we're going to be reacting to was moving to America worth it? See how the immigrants are thinking in that, you know? So, without any further ado,
I feel like an outsider.
I moved to the United States when I was 13, and I've always felt like because my background is so profoundly distinct, I moved from Lebanon. Because I moved during my preteens, it felt very hard to find someone who sees things like I do, like the same perspective. I got bullied my second week here in school, and perhaps like maybe
Pause.
that
It's that immigrant story for real.
It is the immigrant starter, but I don't know. I feel like maybe it's just because I was different as a kid. Once I learned English, it was up for everybody. Fuck that shit. Like, bro, when people be like, when I meet many other like immigrants, African immigrants, they be like, oh man, like that still hold on to the grudge like towards Black Americans. They be like, da da da, they called me African booty scratcher and shit. I was like, I was fighting back. I was shooting. I was like, me, listen, straight up, I'll look you dead in your eye. Where your dad at? Let's go dad for dad right now, nigga. Call your dad. You want to call me African booty scratcher? I'll take it there. I'm like, I'm so confused. I feel like as a kid, I was just taught to fight back. Like, I'll teach my kids to hit. Fuck, I'll go fuck.
Yes, yes, I would.
Fuck me. Somebody want to call you a nigga? Want to hit them? They won't do that shit again.
but not everybody thinks like you know?
I know that's the
weren't as
problem.
harmful as I thought. Maybe they were trying to be silly with their friends, now that I think about it. But I do think to a certain extent that did traumatize me in my educational journey and my school journey and making friends, which is why I kind of became very quiet. I became very self-reserved because I just did not want to interact with people in fear that I would get retaliated against for who I simply was. And that took a lot of years to just accept who I am. And that took almost 5 years. I didn't make friends until I was in college. By the time I accepted who I was and accepted that, hey, regardless if you're quirky or if you're weird or how you're perceived, it's a beautiful thing because your background is different and a lot of people don't understand that.
I'm from Middle East too. I was born and raised in Iran and came here a month before my 18th birthday. But the reason why I disagree and not as strongly disagree with this prompt is because
Pause. Pause. Why this nigga dressed like cheap ass Lupin? Like what the fuck? I'm sorry. If I was the producer, I'd be like, bro, you gotta take that shit off. Yeah, wear a hoodie or some shit, bro. Like, fuck,
Bro, self-expression, man.
fuck that.
That's his style, bro. That's not your shit.
I know.
in the United States, I feel completely belong to this place. But you know, the prompt says no matter wherever I go. And I believe, you know, there are places in the world you can go where you feel like an outsider, but in the United States, because of how much of a great country it is and how diverse it is, you know, it's very hard to feel like an outsider.
I
think it greatly depends on where you move to.
That's also true.
Coming
Yeah,
straight from
yeah, you're
Africa,
right.
moving to Iowa.
Sometimes I really do take for granted the fact that I grew up in New York City.
Yeah, like that.
The Bronx
It's
at that. The Bronx at that.
The Bronx at that. Like, we take that shit for granted. Like, I be hearing some of the stories of, like, some of these people who went to, like, all white schools their whole life. And then, like, bro, like, they can't do this, they couldn't do that. I was like, I did that shit for 4 years. I couldn't think I could go another 4. And I'm like, you did that shit your whole life, bro? You are a fucking victim. What the fuck?
yeah, it greatly depends on where you.
somewhat disagree as well because even though culturally we can be different, but we can still feel like we belong in this country, whether it's America or any other country. I came from Indonesia originally, and when I first came here, I think there's I feel like I'm a bit of an outsider, but I take the time to actually learn of how to people do things around here. Just kind of like how if a lot of people were to come to Indonesia, they would need to learn the culture and assimilate themselves. So I somewhat disagree that I don't feel like I'm an outsider. I could feel a little bit different at times just because of like just things that I like and interests and just what we came from. I think everybody here is very different, but ultimately speaking, you can still feel belonging to somewhere.
You know what I did once and I'll never do again? Being fresh off the boat, taking African food to school. That was traumatizing.
What food were you bringing?
Bro, I just brought jollof.
I feel like that's not bad. If you're bringing like fufu,
But
jollof
okay,
is-
but Quadro, Ibra. Fresh off the boat, English not great, bringing food to school, that's
no-
different from the cheese sticks these niggas are eating.
These dumbasses.
I
Literally.
feel like rice. I feel like rice is calm. I feel like it would be different if you.
But people don't see that
No,
as
no, no, no.
rice.
But
They see that as
you gotta
different.
remember. You gotta remember, they're kids. It's
Yeah.
kids at this time, so it's so funny.
Ew! What's that smell?
What is that? It's so funny because
You said enough.
yeah, literally, it's so funny that like the other time my other sweet mate, so what's it called in college? My other sweet mate was Haitian, my other one was Black American, and then for the last time I was eating jollof, he was like, "Yo, bro, what's that?" And then I got him a plate, and bro, that nigga was just eating there, just busting that shit down. I'm like, "This ain't that hamburger and that cheese steak that you eating." He's like, "Bro, this shit is gas, bro. What the fuck?
Bro.
This shit good."
Kids are ruthless, bro.
Kids are ruthless, bro.
But
Y'all used to make fun of me for a regular sandwich with a bologna and orange juice.
dry ass fucking sandwich. I'm still gonna make fun of you for it.
nigga, you ate that shit in 2 bites. Of course, niggas
Dry
gonna laugh.
ass sandwich. Nigga, you turn around, Quadro pull out a sandwich. 2 seconds later, the sandwich is gone. What the fuck?
like,
Mind
what
you,
the
this is the same man that ate a McChicken in 1.5 bites. But y'all gonna come at me?
My shit
Nah,
had
chicken
mayo.
was
Yours
tiny,
just,
bro.
was just bread and bologna. No condiments, nothing. Just straight dry bread.
Came to the United States, I felt like there's a lot of new changes happening, and when there's so many new changes, I felt like I need to adapt to be able to just fit it. And one of those things would be the language. I had a heavy accent, didn't know a lot of words. I still sometimes like question like some words that I didn't know in my vocabulary, but at the time I felt very, very just, man, why do people don't understand me? But nowadays, what I take away from that experience, like, okay, it's not that they don't understand who I am. I'm just not able to communicate enough to those people. So I need to be better. I need to take accountability of learning how to communicate better with those people.
I'm at strongly agree because I have 2 masters, first generation college student, I'm Filipino American, and when I walk into the room, people make tons of assumptions about me. For many years, I felt like a second class citizen because that's how I was being treated. My mom used to go to Hollywood Park, Santa Anita Park. She loved to gamble, and that's where she would get some of my clothes and like my lunch bag. And I would be like in old Beverly Hills where everyone was so rich. And I remember this critical moment where I walked into the elementary school and it was like the parting of the sea. Everyone was just like, what is she wearing? Because my mom, single parent, 5 kids, she was just trying to make it work, right? So there's still that feeling of like trying to hide poverty or trying to hide the immigrant experience. And now it's more like, no, there's like that.
Pause. We just gonna skip past that. 5?
Hey, you never know what their situation is, but damn.
That is true.
Damn. Nah, because it's like, bro. Like, it's funny because it's like growing up in America and then, like, you coming into America and then you don't realize as a kid that there's so much emphasis on what brands you wear when you're just like, bro, clothes is clothes. What the fuck? Like, I'm so confused. Niggas is making fun of me, even though I got shoes on my feet. Well, it ain't Nike. It ain't Jordans.
That's the shit. Like, not even that. Let's go to a younger age where people are buying their newborn 1-year-old, 6-month-old Jordans. That nigga's gonna go out of it in 2 months. And that's you spending $300. Most of, like, from what I've seen, I lived in the projects and I saw niggas living in projects off food stamps giving 2-month-old babies J's. What are you doing?
Dripped out in Gucci.
But then
you
again,
live in
it's not my
6'8".
money. It's your money. You do what you
can't
want.
even eat. You gotta get paid for the government to give you money for food, and you buy Gucci.
You're talking about I'm trying to get to the paper, but you basically burning cash just to
Fine.
flex.
Boss.
But then again, it's not my money. Do what you want.
Fucking idiotic. That's the problem. We don't call people out enough.
No, there's like that ingenuity and creativity and resourcefulness and resilience that was actually more representative of that moment. That my mom was like, I'm gonna put her lunch in a lunchbox and she is gonna go to school with a raincoat and I'm gonna get it for free. As a small kid, you get this messaging that you're not good enough or there's something wrong with you. So that's why I'm in education. That's why I'm in elementary schools, because I really want to advocate for the children and give them the language that you're beautiful. You're
I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like there's a part of you eventually as an adult where you're like, what happened happened, but it's over now.
That's you.
Why dwell on it? Like, there's certain
That's
shit
you.
about my past that happened. I'm like, it happened. It's over now. So move on. You can create better memories.
Yeah, bro. Some people get scarred.
But there's some people who like,
in their adult.
but there's some people who cling on to it. But there's also people who live their lives to make sure that like other people didn't go through the same thing they went through, which I think is what the route
Yeah,
she's
that's
taking.
what she's doing.
I don't necessarily think that's a bad way to go about it.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to go about it, no.
wonderful and keep shining bright. And your culture that you have at home, bring it with you.
I belong to like 8 different intersections. I'm a woman, I'm queer, I'm Indian, I'm British, I'm an immigrant, I'm college educated, I'm a business owner. I belong to a lot of different intersections. So because of that, I relate to so many different groups of people. There is like a deep little bit of feeling like an outsider, but I also feel very much so an insider because I
Wait, her being British, I thought.
Quasi, I'm not even gonna comment on it.
No, like I feel like honestly, no. I feel like in American culture now, it's so okay to sit in victimhood. It's so okay. Like it's don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting out here calling myself David Goggins. But at the same time, I feel like yes, momentarily life is gonna beat your ass. Life is gonna beat you up so bad sometimes where you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Some part of you gotta get up and be like, fuck that shit. I ain't going down without a fight. And so sometimes when I be hearing some people talk, I'm like, bro, do you ever shut up? like
Even
just
the stuff she says, I'm British, I'm a business owner, I have all these instances. Like,
is that
what?
supposed
Like,
to be a victim? Are you a victim? I'm confused.
Like, how do you feel like an outsider in that case?
let's see what she says.
We disagree is that as much as I fit into those spaces, the way that I'm treated by other people is still as an outsider because I'm Kenyan. So yeah, in some spaces I'm black, but even in the spaces where there's black people, I'm African. And then when I go to African spaces, most Africans here are from West Africa, so I'm not West African. And so in those spaces, I'm Kenyan. So just feeling like I belong somewhere, I don't feel that. I feel like this is...
Pause. I've never felt that way around other Africans. I'm just glad to be around other Africans.
you gotta
all y'all
understand.
niggas are Ghanaian.
Ibra. But be a West African.
Yeah, still.
She's Kenyan. Other side of the continent.
So
Different. Yeah, bro. It's like
Ethiopian friend. Like
okay, but she's okay. Let's assume she's the only Kenyan in a sea of Nigerians and Ghanaians.
I'm the only Senegalese.
No matter
Ghanaian niggas, bro.
no matter who she's friends with, it's always nice to have people around your cultural background to like talk to and stuff, you know?
1040%. I'm not saying that against that, but I don't feel like a oh my god, it's so different. What y'all niggas? At the
Okay,
end of
but
the day,
wait, what did you just say? Okay, let's go back to the beginning of your sentence. Say that part again. You said I don't feel. That's you.
Like, I feel like you.
She feels differently.
Nigga feels,
What?
I have emotions, nigga.
But that's what you
No one
feel,
said
though.
exactly. Bro,
Bro,
that's how
I
you feel.
I can't wait for you to reach the breakthrough. You realize you look through like the world in your lens, and for you it makes sense. And for the most part, we agree. You have to understand these people don't think the same way you do.
Yeah, I know that's the fucking.
You said I don't feel. That's how you feel. She feels the other way.
Well, for me, I just be glad to be around other Africans, except for like Arabic Africans, because they just consider themselves different. I've only met like 2 or 3 Arabic Africans that are my boys. Like every time we hang out, like it's just street jokes and stuff like that. But it's like even with them, I don't feel different because like you meet some Arabic Africans. Well, I'm not African. Well, you can leave me the fuck alone. But I've met some Arabic Africans where they're cool as shit. So it's like even then, I'm like, I'm just happy I found another African, bro. What's up, man? And they
Yeah,
majority of
sometimes
other Africans too, they feel the same way too. They just be happy that you're African. They don't care like you're from east, west, north, south, bro. They just happy to be around another
I
African.
think it also helps heavily with the fact that we grew up in New York City.
That is true.
Because we're around every type of African, every type of South American, every type of Hispanic person, every type of everybody. We're basically around everybody, right? And we also went to different schools as well in high school. So we met extra people from everywhere else, different backgrounds. She's probably in Cali somewhere, where the population is different. The dynamics are different.
Or Iowa.
Nah, it's Cali. She met the other lady mentioned Hollywood and Beverly Hills. And it's cut. They definitely in Cali. How do you think they find all these people? You think Iowa's gonna have a diverse group like this?
It's from my childhood. I've always had to prove that I'm good enough or do extra work to prove that I'm good enough. So anytime I feel like people are questioning whether I belong in a certain space, I feel like it's my responsibility to make them see why I belong there.
There's a lot of,
Nah, I don't agree with that part. I ain't here to prove nothing to you, but get my work done. And like I'm proving to my manager and higher ups when I'm trying to get a promotion and all that good stuff. Yes, but just trying to prove to you that I belong here and I deserve this job. Try that with somebody else.
Nope.
Try that. I already proved it when I made it through the interview stage.
Yeah, bro. At the end of the day, bro, I feel like an adult. You gotta act like a grown adult, bro. You gotta look out for what's best for you. At the end of the day, nobody else is gonna do it for you. I'm not proving myself to nobody. Like when I be hearing some shit, like what I hate when black people be like, "Oh man, what the white folks gonna think?" Or like when you're just doing shit as a group of regular people and stuff like that, and then you got that one coon ass motherfucker. Oh man, we disturbing the white folks. Shut the fuck up, bro. Go home. Go home. Like, bro, don't tell me that shit. That's not my business, bro. That got nothing to do with me.
pressure and responsibility on the newcomers to feel attached to this place too. Like, you shouldn't completely expect people who were here before you to accept you. You also have to put in the effort to assimilate to the United States and its values and its laws, and people have to make that effort instead of like completely expecting others to accommodate to your needs and feelings.
Why do you think that people should assimilate?
I escaped my own country to feel safe.
Did she just ask why you think people should assimilate?
He's not wrong.
Because you're coming into a country with a whole other culture. How you gonna want everyone to fit just you? Stop being so self-centered. As much as you want people to accept you, you also have to accept them. Yeah. That's the only way it's gonna work.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I usually hate when people back
home. If you're only doing one, you're gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
People be like at home, be like, "Oh, you're too Americanized." I'm like, "What other choice do I have? Yeah. What do you want me to do?"
Like, bro, that shit makes no sense at all. Like for me, I feel like there's certain countries I wouldn't go to simply because I'm like, bro, I'm not comfortable with that, so I'm not gonna go there simply because I'm not like I hate like sometimes, for example, a lot of Asian countries, they are very group collective thinking. Everybody they don't go outside the norm. Where in America, it's normal to go outside the norm. Oh, this is the norm. We don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway.
America.
A lot of Americans go to countries like that where it's like it's group collective. This is how we do it. They try to do whatever they want. And then be like, these people are so backward thinking, da da da. I'm like, no, you're the problem. Why the fuck would you go? Yeah, what are you doing?
I didn't do that.
Oh, your computer just did it, huh? I'm like, why would you go to another country and not follow how they choose to live life? There's a part of you that gotta accommodate and change for that. You don't come over here and be like, well, you gotta change. No, you came here first. You came into my house telling me to change. You dumb. Like
this, no. That's to a certain point. That's hard for people to grasp. It has to be an equivalent exchange.
Yeah,
you have to give and you have to get.
Yeah,
to find a balance, bro. Like you can't just want. Because at the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck about you.
Yeah, nobody's saying
no one cares about you.
Yeah, nobody's saying denounce where you're from. Nobody's saying don't say you're not African no more. But there's a part of you that gotta like assimilate to the American.
Learn the culture.
Yeah, because that's just the way shit is done.
Public, so why come to another place that feels similar to it?
Don't you think it's also nice to bring your specific culture?
The good parts of it, yeah. I feel like, that's the beauty of the United States. People are able to bring the good stuff from their background and leave the bad stuff behind.
I believe in the American dream.
What the fuck is that American dream? I would keep it a buck.
I think the American dream is still alive today because I think America still represents that freedom. When I came here to the US, very, very low income, we literally struggled to pay our bills every single month. I remember particularly in one story where I was in school and they told me to start doing my homework at school. And I was like, why? Well, it's because my mom told me like we might not be able to have lights tonight. So that was like one of the most impactful experiences. And at that point I was like, why did I leave this nice life that I used to have to go to the US? And I didn't understand it at the time. I made a determination to be able to go to college, figure out a way to do it, build a business eventually in college. So I think when you define American dream as the pursuit of that freedom of opportunities, I think the American dream is still
disgusted.
I think the American dream is bad. There's states in America where they can't even afford to keep the
She
light.
comes from a background of privilege. She moved from the UK versus someone that moved from the Philippines. Big difference.
But the more I think about it, though, I'm just like, the American dream is, but it's like it's not meant for not all individuals. But it's like at the end of the day, you could still go and get something.
No.
I just want to call it the American dream.
It's not what they make it out to be. There's some sort of truth. Little. It's a 95% lie, 5% truth.
I mean, that's why
It's doable. It's doable, but the system ain't gonna make it for you easy for you to do it. The way they advertise it, it's like everybody can just get up and just do it. Boom, easy. It's false advertisement where they make it as everybody can just get up and do it. Capitalism doesn't allow for everybody to do it. They gotta be some fucking losers. Got to be. Absolutely. It's doable, just not for everybody.
In America where they can't even afford to keep the lights on in schools. There's full states that they don't even have drinking water. I think people will see America as this like, obviously there's a lot of opportunity in America compared to specific countries, but I believe there is like a lot of facade that goes into that because people come to America thinking it's gonna be this beautiful thing. America was built on the back of immigrants, and I think being able to live the American dream is a really big privilege catered probably towards white people, but benefiting from immigrants.
Well, I mean, you mentioned white people. I mean, I'm not white, but, I feel very much, close to the American dream. And I love how in this country, you have the opportunity.
I'm not gonna lie. This nigga, I know his type.
Yep.
I know the kind of immigrant he is.
I know the type of immigrant he is, bro.
He bought the
Niggas like
subscription plan.
Niggas
He bought
like
the
him?
subscription plan, bro.
Listen, niggas like him, it's like if the slaves was running, he telling Massa, we got it good over here. Why are we trying to leave?
He bought the subscription plan.
You have the capability to put in the effort. You have the opportunity to get wherever you want. But some people like to, blame everything else, blame the system, blame the country, that, that the American dream is dead. But no, to me, it's very much alive, and, it's definitely beats being scared for my own life in a third world country under Islamic Republic for sharing my views.
What is
so
American dream?
I definitely.
Bro,
I really don't know what it is. What is
also,
the American
I think
dream?
it's also like comparative. It's like you gotta look. Some people, the way they think about it is like they look at where they're from to where they are and they're gonna get to, and they see that as the dream. For example, him, he said he came from Iran, a third world country, struggling for his life. Him already being in a country where he don't gotta fight for his life. That's a huge upgrade. So to him, he living the dream.
I mean, what is? See, this is the thing.
The concept
with that
of
question.
American dream is like having a house, having kids, a car, basically financial security without stress. That's what people usually pick as the American dream.
Well, then I ain't living that fucking dream.
Exactly. Where it's just like you're thriving financially.
Everything is built on loans, bro.
No.
Everything is built on loans. The fuck? No, but like at the end of the day, like I agree with both of you in the sense that
It's doable.
not everyone has the same dream.
Yeah, it's doable. It's just it's advertised in a way where they make it seem like everybody can, and it's easy. That you just come to America, it's something that's entitled to you. So I feel like that's why a lot of people sometimes feel like, oh, it's not doable. It's like circumstances happen, also situations happen also too. It's just the way that they make it seem is like everybody can when everybody can't.
Yeah, like the moment you touch down, dream big.
It's easy,
You got it.
bro. No, you can't.
You gotta
And
struggle
not everybody
a
can.
lot.
And if you do, yeah, and not even for like months, for years.
Yep.
Years. You might go 10 years just struggling. You know what
And then
I mean?
someone shows up, posts a TikTok video, they made it.
Boom, boom, exactly. You know what I mean? It might take one person 10 years, might take the other person a year, and it's so in a sense, and it's like a lot of people they don't incorporate circumstances that they're in, and they don't incorporate the other people that they have around you to help them. Like for us, in a sense, I mean, all three of us, we're privileged in the sense of we've had parents who's worked hard in this in America, provided a life for us where we could get up, move out on our own, have our own shit, do whatever the fuck we want. Where we could complain about certain shit, but other people, that's a privilege to them. That's a livelihood to them. You know what I mean? So circumstances are different. Where some people they might not have a parent at all, where like a parent might have died, where now like they might have to put all their dreams to the back burner to take care of their siblings. So circumstances do change a lot, mean a lot, and I realized that, bro. When one time I was getting on the bus, this was in New York City. I was getting on the bus, and I was talking to this guy, the black guy, and I was talking to him. He just started talking to me, and I'm having a conversation with him, but I'm just trying to get on the bus and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, he says, "Yo, can Senegalese?" As in, "Yo, are you Senegalese?" That shit dropped my heart, cause I was like, "Huh?" I looked at him. I'm like, "Yo, Senegalese." When he said, I'm like, "You Senegalese?" He's like, "Yeah, I am." And then he just started going back and forth, and I'm like, and that's shit like that though. It shows you like, bro, that could be you. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, but you never know what anybody's situation is. Like, that could be you. Like, you ever meet a Uber driver that has your degree? Like, not shitting on Ubers or a thing, and it's just like they tell you, "Yeah, I used to have a business degree," and you're like, "What?"
I think that's the biggest life lesson I've learned.
Exactly.
Getting in my 20s is never think you're good enough that it can't happen to you.
Don't ever believe it won't happen to you. That's what I've learned. Don't ever believe you're too good for some shit to never happen to you.
I believe in it, and I believe every day I live, I'm getting closer to it.
When I think of the American dream, I think about how life was 20, 30 years ago, where one household income was enough to feed all. That dream on its own has been demolished. Back home, if anyone knew that you were moving to the United States, it was such a huge deal because it is land of opportunity. You can become anything you want. It's an easy life, you know? I don't have to stress as much as I did back home. But when I moved here, over the years, I've kind of noticed that.
Pause. I'll never forget when my mom was coming to get me when I was in the 3rd grade. And, you know, the rumors in the church and the rumors coming around, and the girls would come be like, "Quadra, you going to America?" I'm like, "Yeah, something like, you know."
Yeah, part of it was like,
I was never, bro. And it was like, my mom was like, "Don't tell nobody, you know, because you don't want the witches and the stuff to be coming to get you." But then the honeys pulled up and they're like, "Quadra," because it's like, you know, when you're about to go to America, you won't notice, but there will be signs, right? So my sister had got her hair braided, right? And back then, because like they shaved everybody else's hair, you usually get your hair braided. It's like, oh, like something is changing. You don't just go and someone braid your hair. Like, we see you got your sister braided. We heard you might be going to America. And like back in this time, I was missing like a lot of school to like, you know, go to the embassy and stuff. So be like, "You heard he's always," I'm like, "Man, you know, like I'm something like, you know, like." And I remember thinking this shit was about to be sweet. So my first meal was a bowl from the Maryland buffet. I had a rude awakening when I got it.
Man, I was
Wait a
down
minute,
in that
buffet
shit.
is sweet.
Maryland, woo! Until I grew up and then I was just like, yo, this shit ass.
Bro,
Like, I was down in that shit in my young days. Then I grew up, I was like, yeah, I wouldn't step in that bitch.
I still would. Y'all niggas done got too bougie forgetting where y'all coming from. Bro.
Absolutely.
Nah, I'll go to a
That'd be hard.
buffet. But certain Maryland
Not the
buffets,
Maryland
I'll
buffet.
just be like, all right, bro.
Fuck that.
Allow it, man.
I'm still going to Kennedy's.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Going to
For a
Kennedy's.
fact.
Still going to Kennedy's.
Fact. Talking about.
Pursued so much ambition that I started to lose my happiness, and it kind of created that path of pessimism. And now I think instead of chasing ambition, I'm learning to chase my purpose.
When I define a American dream, I think it is the freedom of access and opportunity. I think the problem is a lot of people don't know that the dream has shifted, or the dream has, I guess, like changed over time. You know, like the dream that was in the 50s is not how the dream was in 2025. But doesn't mean that it is dead. It means that it just evolved, just like how every country evolves their whole population.
I miss the country I left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss it.
Not gonna lie, when I see videos, I'm like, damn, why don't I just move
No.
back and get people to send me money?
And I always say this: if it ever gets to a certain point where I could like do remote work, or like I'm gonna go live back. I'm gonna go 100%. I'm gonna go live back. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I think about a moment where I was like stressed and carefree, it was when I was in Ghana. But at the same time, I was a kid, so I was gonna be carefree regardless. Like the more
I'm telling
I've grown up, the more I understand why my parents left and why they had to do it. But it's like there's certain stuff about the country and just like how authentic it was. Like you wake up, you go to school, fresh air, just the ability to just go outside and touch grass.
all I
Like
all I gotta say, the shit we have here is already there. That's all I gotta say. And you know how like the light goes off from time to time?
I can live with that.
My dad resolved that shit.
Backup generator.
Generator and solar panels.
Listen,
I'm
then,
telling
like,
you, if I could get the fuck out of here, bro.
I would. My retirement plan is in Ghana. I don't know when it's gonna be. My retirement, like,
Oh yeah, what the fuck?
in Ghana. I just want to go back.
And it's not. It's
Because
none
I'm-
of that. I'm waiting till I'm 70 to go back.
I'm waiting until I'm 60.
Oh,
60 too soon. I'm
what a
pushing
tough
45.
life.
But I'm like, no, but like it's so carefree. Like people actually go outside and touch grass. Like as bad as it
Touch
was,
grass.
as bad as it was, I remember when electricity would go out, you just go outside and talk to people like a regular human being. Like I'm just like, wait, I miss stuff like that. And it wasn't like, I don't know, as good as America is, Ghana just
Listen. The thing is, y'all, what y'all saying about y'all parents' crib, I don't want anything to do with my dad's crib. Nothing. Mind you, he has a two-story house building. I want nothing to do with it. Because you know how Africans get. I don't want nothing to do with that shit. I'm going to build my own shit. When I go back to Senegal, nobody's going to know. Nobody. Apart from you guys. Nobody's going to know. Quiet.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be off the map.
Off the map.
no. But that's like eventually my big plan at the end of like when it's all said and done, I have my wife, God willing, my kids. We're in Ghana. Nobody knows what the fuck I am, but the 5-6 people I talk to on a daily basis, and I just live my life off the grid.
Oh, really?
Happy, touching grass. That's it.
Country, sometimes I don't feel safe there. Public transportation, but I do miss my family. That's probably the only thing that I miss, my family, but not really the country. Well, I'm from Panama, and a few years ago I was in a horrible accident, and I feel like if that would have happened in America, you would be more safe. There's seat belts here everywhere for everyone, and the government helps you with an accident when you cannot work for a long time. And in Panama, it wasn't like that. Almost nobody got any money, and people were hurt and passed away. So I just don't miss that at all. Yeah, I do feel guilty sometimes that I left.
I understand.
When they passed away, that my dad wasn't there. Thank God I was there with my mother, though. But that was really the hardest part, leaving my family.
The reason why I moved, I mean, to some extent, I mean, yeah, sure, I miss the family that I have over there. I have tons of family back in Iran. At the same time, I'm happy being here. You know, I don't miss being under that Islamic government.
That's why I miss my country, because
This nigga, he says on that shit. He's been mentioning it every chance he gets.
But these are the kind of people that you need in your life. He not wishy-washy. He tell you exactly. I love me some America. I'm not going to see and
it
care about
wasn't
it.
really an extreme situation back home that made me come here. It was the fact that I had specific dreams that I couldn't fulfill. So I didn't leave my country because I don't like being there or I hate it. I actually love it so much. I love to go back there, and my dream is for me to achieve like very big things here in America so I can put my country on the global stage.
More than anything, I miss the sense of community. I think when you're in a country where a lot of people are very similar, there's a very strong sense of community. Through thick and thin, people are there for you. And I think when I moved to the United States, due to the diversity, I felt like there was a lack of community. It felt very lonely. And I understand why we don't have that strong community here, because we're so diverse, we're all very different. But I do miss that aspect.
I felt really, really close to community when I lived in England, and then I moved to San Diego, and I went to public high school there, and everybody was white, and it was really, really weird for me, and I really missed home. It's taken me 11 years, but I finally kind of have a sense of community now, but I didn't have that for most of my time in America. Everywhere I go, still to this day, it's been 11 years, the first thing people tend to ask me is, where are you from? I'll say certain words like water or something like that, and people repeat it, and they laugh, and I just like sit there and wait for them to stop laughing so I can continue on with the conversation. But at the beginning, yeah, I tried to get rid of my accent a little bit so I didn't have to deal with all of that.
I feel like as a British, that just comes with the territory, Gingy. Like, I feel like
With any immigrant with an accent.
They like, yeah, like what a Brit. Like, no, I feel like being a British immigrant, I feel like it's different. I feel like you shouldn't feel that much out of place, bro. Like, honestly, I don't know, like, because it's like if you're from British, I feel like if you're from Britain or from like a first world country, it's looked at as oh, cool, awesome, gnarly, damn. But if you're from like,
Gnarly.
yeah, if you're from like, it's like, oh, wow, yeah, like, oh,
Uganda.
do you guys have water over there? Like,
Don't you run
where-
with lions?
Yeah, like, don't you have like a pet lion over there or something like that? That's usually so. I feel like being a British immigrant is seen as cool.
I'm
versus
not gonna lie
being, like,
though. If I told a
Yeah.
nigga I was from Britain, and they're like, "Yo, don't y'all niggas eat rice and beans and
on
toast?"
fucking toast?
I'm like, you know what? Rub me my face, nigga.
Like, listen, the only time I get ignorantly American is when a British person talk. Respect my fucking flag and country, boy. You're in my town. You hear me?
Nigga
You
said
know what I
we
mean?
won the
Like,
war.
We won the war. Respect it, boy.
Annoyance. It makes me feel like a little bit dehumanized, and I'm like this cartoon character or something for people to play with. I would talk. I
understand
remember
that.
I took like speech.
Because like, imagine being young, coming here with a British accent. Everything you say, niggas are gonna mark you, cause that accent. No, what are
I feel like I don't know. I feel like if he's British, I don't know. I
Some
would've
people
been-
don't have the emotional fortitude to withstand stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Because sometimes
Like-
I'm just because I feel like shit that happened to me as a kid, like the kid shit that I got made fun of as a kid. I like now I just look at it. It was just kids being dumb kids. It's like it is rare for adults. Nah, adults do say like that. but
Adults
even
do
then-
some really
yeah,
dumb
adults
shit.
do some dumb shit like that. But even then, I just check them. I'm like, nope, that's just stupid. But you do you, I guess. Like the other day, my manager was like, "What? Where are you from? Zimbabwe?" I'm like, not even fucking close. I was like,
Yo, Sim.
yeah, bro. Like, bro, I don't know. I think it's just I'm different in the sense of like, bro, if I hear some shit like, I was like, what the fuck?
Where the fuck did that come from?
I was like, where did that come from?
Like, I get if niggas said Mali,
Yeah.
Zimbabwe.
Bro, it's so funny because bro, tell me why one of them niggas gonna be like, you know, you walk into it's like when you walk up into that neighborhood, it looks like a rap video. I was like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Hey, I was like, I looked at it, I was like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean?
It was like a. He said, "Nigga, you live in the fucking ghetto.
Yeah, exactly.
You live in a trap house, nigga. You a crack baby."
I was like, I don't even know what the fuck that means, but you just try to say
That shit's
great-
racist. It's gotta be racist.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It looks
debate
like a rap
in high school in
video.
America,
Aye, bro.
and I would be debating these great topics. And by the end of my speech, everyone was like, "Oh my God, your accent, your accent!" I just spoke all about like feminism or human rights campaigns, and nobody wanted to discuss what I just talked about. They wanted to just talk about my accent.
Get up, bro.
I think at this point in
Get
my
up, I'm
life,
sorry,
I
man.
finally realized I am enough, and what even is enough at the end of the day. And I always was enough when I moved to.
Was. I think it's just maybe because this is the point in life I am. I'm like, bro, this is the part of you that just gotta stand up, bro. Like, fuck that. I'm tired of hearing all this, oh, poor me bullshit. Some things, yes, it's poor you. Like, damn, what the fuck? Other things, bro, say some shit, bro. This shit, all right. It's not about all this complaining bullshit and say some shit.
Run the fade.
Then again, but then you have to think like it's much more easy for people to victimize themselves actually rather than just stand up and actually do something about it.
Run the fade.
Run that fade.
Nigga like me, man.
I just hit you.
I would rather hate a nigga than hate myself.
That's what I say. I said that. I was like, listen. I was like, bro, I gotta deal with myself 24/7.
Literally.
I'm okay with you being mad with this shit for 5 minutes, bro. I'd rather ruin your fuck up your day than mine.
Bro, like, I'm trying to go to sleep and that shit's still running in my head. Nah.
I'd rather fuck up your day than mine.
Been there, done that. Don't want to do that shit.
I'm good.
Man.
was enough. When I was a child, I was enough. So it's just that consistent reinforcement that you're always enough and nothing can take away from that sentiment.
I've hidden parts of my culture to avoid judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid. Not as a
Yeah. Heavily as a kid.
As a kid.
Tell
My
niggas I was chopping on
LinkedIn
chicken
doesn't
heads.
have my last name. It just has like the initial, and my resumes.
Wait, y'all telling me you guys never killed animals to eat?
Oh
No.
wait.
Oh yeah. We
Whoa! Not on some serial killer shit. Let me
I know
preface
how to
that.
kill it. I know how to kill a chicken by hand.
Well, yeah, you just twist the neck.
No, it's a process. You gotta. You
What do
gotta,
you mean it's a
you
process?
gotta-
Just twist the neck.
bro, no, you gotta capture. You gotta feed it till it gets a little bit big. You know, get a little more meat on it.
Well,
Then
yeah,
get
you
the-
raise it and then you kill
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Then you gotta step on the wings, step on the legs, pluck out the throat, and just get to slicing.
That's if you have a knife, yeah. But I'll probably just hold it still, twist the neck, kill it. That's it. Put some hot water, loosen up the feathers, plug that shit, gut it, put some sauce,
treat it-
some whatever. Eat that.
Treating a chicken like it's.
To be fair,
like
how
it's a
how
bot-
I grew
a
up.
bottle of cream.
To be fair, how I grew up. If some niggas grew up like that, they'll be like, "Yo, what the fuck?" But I grew up
No, but I'm
cutting
just-
necks of goats and shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm
Like butchering
her being like,
animals. To be fair, I
she's
was
hiding
young as
she's
fuck.
hiding her last name. I've never
That's
taken it that
crazy.
far. I've never taken it that far.
Wait, Quadro, you have taken it, but you grew out of it.
I haven't.
You grew
the
out
last
of it.
name.
Nigga,
I still
your
kept
name
the
was
last
Jaden
name.
Yaboa.
Was the Yaboa not from Ghana?
Stop.
The Jaden part.
Your name was Jaden Yaboa. Your name is Kwejo Bene Duase Ta. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Defense.
Where the fuck did Jaden come from? Where did Yaboa come from?
Yeah.
Yaboa. Yeah,
Like
Yaboa
you grew
I took
out of
from
it.
you.
She just doesn't use her
Jaden, I
last
got it.
name.
Like,
Okay,
listen,
that's fair.
The only reason why I go with Ibra is because one is just easier for people to get. Ibra is like Ibra. What, bro? Ibra is like, bro. Just listen, don't fucking piss me off, okay? Like it's not that hard to pronounce. It's like you can pronounce Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Ibrahim?
but Ibra is where you draw the fucking line. Don't fucking play with me. What the hell?
Nah, I use Quasi because I don't want niggas to find me. Easy.
Ain't that your name?
It's KWASI.
Yeah, ain't that your name?
But he
But
spells it differently.
QWAZI.
Crazy.
Alright, bro.
I
cut
know.
that shit
Yeah,
out.
I sent you a video on TikTok not too long ago about that, but I don't think you saw it. But play the video.
Send me a video on TikTok.
Everything, and
everything
then
was
also when I'm speaking to different people, my accent
hope people age,
changes.
though.
As much as I know I can never truly sound American, I try as hard as possible to sound American.
When I first moved here, I had a
makes
very
it
heavy
worse.
accent. I got rid of it down the line. I don't know how, but I still have it. It only comes out when I'm tired. But when I first moved here, it was.
I don't have no accent. I don't have no accent. Come on.
I was trying to figure out what you were saying until I clocked it. I was like,
Right?
alright, bro.
But that didn't make me want to
Yes,
change my
you do.
accent. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna embrace it.
Don't you think that's part of kind of hiding your culture?
I don't see it as part of like hiding your identity or your culture to try to like speak with clarity and like work on your accent to not to be so obvious, so others can understand you easier.
Whoa! He just snizzed on himself. I don't think it's hiding it, but I'm not trying to be obvious.
Yeah,
Alright,
you're
bro.
hiding. Yeah,
Alright, bro.
Yeah, nigga, you.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was a Quaker with a hat.
Purpose of connecting. I think when you're in a new environment, or even I've been in America for about 13 years. I think being able to understand the other person's perspective as well. Not everybody is taught on culture for every single country of the world.
The only way I will hide parts of myself is for safety, and that's it. Like I will hide about being like gay in certain situations where I'm going to be really unsafe. I'm going to hide about being Muslim in certain situations where it's really unsafe. But if I feel safe, then I'm going to share.
I don't really hide myself from being, I tell everybody that I'm from Panama wherever I go. Like I go a lot of Europe and France, and I just tell everybody, even though my passport is American now, but I still always say I'm Panamanian and I speak Spanish. And I feel people are very nice wherever I
I
go.
speak Spanish and English too.
Pause. I feel like as you feeling like this as a teenager, as a kid, understandable. But as a grown adult, there's a part of you that gotta be like, okay, enough is enough. Like, I don't know. This ain't
Free
shit as-
will.
Yes, this ain't shit. As a kid, I was like, yeah, As an adult, fuck you.
I'm not gonna lie. It took until moving alone. Like free will has always been a concept in my head, but it took until moving alone for me to actually like
I want.
clock it. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm going to do something. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have to do this shit.
I don't.
I don't have to do anything.
I don't have to do anything.
Because who's authority and who's in charge? It's me.
Me. I control me.
So funny
It's
when
me.
I talk to my parents and they get a certain way. I'm like, who do you think? What's that clip of what's his name from Breaking Bad? He said, who do you think you're speaking to? Who do you think I
Breaking
am?
Bad.
Do you still think I'm that 10-year-old kid that you're yelling at? Because we gonna check that shit real quick. You're not talking to me like that.
Nah, luckily my parents don't. My parents, I don't know. Surprisingly, they treat me like an adult, which makes me feel like a stranger sometimes when I go home. Cause it's like I'm so used to them treating me a certain way. Yeah, growing up, I had a shit ton of responsibilities and stuff. But now when I go, it's like I'm visiting. You know when a visitor when you were younger, a visitor comes, how you're treated. That's how I feel when I go there.
Yeah.
Not my dad though. That nigga don't give a fuck.
No,
But my mom just treats me like, oh, hey there.
how you doing? Do you want this? Do you want that? Like,
Yeah, and I feel like, yo, all right, man. Yeah, I'm gonna take it. But like, you know, at certain point, it's like it's kind of different. My dad's like,
This
all
is
right,
one of
bro.
those things. Because it's one of those things, especially like with the parents with the way that your parents treated you, and then you just leave the crib. There's a part of them that knows. Some of the way that
Yeah, my mom clocked that shit early on, bro.
yeah,
The moment I took by sophomore year of college,
yep,
she was like, yeah, this nigga don't even live in this house no more.
exactly. And
My
there's
dad,
not
I
the
show
part
up, he's like, all right, bro, wrap it up. Come help me
Yeah.
downstairs. You gotta do this shit. Like, my dad's been constant. Which, like, that's one thing I admire about him. No matter what, that nigga's constant. But I do dislike some things. But no matter what, that nigga's always himself. Bro, when I say no matter what, that nigga's himself, bro. And I'm like, damn. No matter who this nigga meets, he is himself. And he stands by it. And I'm like, yo, I respect that shit.
I respect it. At least I know who I'm dealing with.
Yeah, like, yo, with my dad, you know who the fuck you're dealing with, bro.
Exactly.
You know, it's hard for you to miss.
Yeah,
Like-
I know my dad will only call me because he needs something. Like it's like my dad will only call me because he needs something.
Yeah,
And
both
even
sides,
if
the constants are nice. Like,
Yeah,
it's nice to
like-
know that people are constant.
yeah, exactly. Like even if I know he's gonna go in this long tangent, in the end he's gonna ask me for something.
It's like, all right, bro, what do you want?
You know, and like it's like, yeah, what do you want, bro? Like it's like, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's just a part of them that know, like as parents, sometimes there's a part of them that fucked up because that's why you moved out far and moved in the first place and did it with the quickness. And then so
Yeah.
part of them is like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I gotta make up for it. That's why sometimes my mom, she be wanting to say certain things. I just be like, I'm not doing that. Like my dad, I remember one time I came back to the crib, my dad was like, clean up the table. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I sat where I sat. I'm like, bro, I'm here for like 2 days. You want to clean the table? Get one of them two to take.
No, my mom is giving me chores to do when I go in the house. But then, like, my mom, no matter what, she would tell me that. And even back in the day, she would tell me that. I always turn my head to the next nigga. She know, like, she laughs telling me to do. She's going to work. She's like, she be laughing. She be like, yo, clean, mop the house and stuff. She knows I'm going to tell Travis and them to do it. But if she tells them and I'm in the house, she knows they'll tell her to tell me. Because I was the one that used to do it back in the day, right? But whenever she's telling me, I'm like, yeah. Travis! Like, right in front of her, I'm like, Travis, Ma said go do this. Because, like, she's talking through me to them. Basically, that's how I think of it.
No, for me, it's just straight up like, bro, like, I've done my time. And the thing is,
Nah, I put in my hours, yeah.
I put in my hours. My brothers and my sisters, they're lazy as fuck. House chores, they don't do. So when I come to the crib and they be like, oh, do it. I'm like, no, I've done my time. I don't live here no more.
So I went to retirement. This isn't the life no more.
And I straight up say, I'm like, I'm done. I'm not doing that. You and like, oh well, but they don't do it as good as you do. I don't care. That is not.
Teach them.
They didn't do it as good as you do. It's crazy.
You teach them. That's not my problem. I'm done being a parent. As an older brother, you're basically a second dad. I'm done being a dad. I don't want to be a dad no more.
My brother's locked in, bro. My brother's locked in. Cause I feel like to a certain point, as I got closer to going to college, I started diverting more of the chores to them, right? Like, if they don't do it, the house won't get cleaned. Meaning everyone's gonna have to hear my mom repeatedly talking about it. And one thing those niggas hate is hearing my mom say, bro. My mom was like, every day I come home, this is this. Travis was sitting there, he's like, oh! And she said, what did you say? He's like, every time you keep saying this shit. Bro, we all sat there, looked at him, we looked at her. I was like, bro, so why don't you just clean? I looked at Travis, I was like, so why don't you just clean what she tells you? Ever since, he will either do it or Lloyd will do it because they don't want to hear her talk.
That's my
They
thing.
don't
When
want,
after
bro. Honestly, hearing my mom go off on the same thing again and again is worse than her putting a belt to my skin.
bro, and that's why that's the only way I coexist. That's been like a Ghanaian mom thing. After I started going to the gym, like the first or 2 years, when she realized, okay, the physical attempt she gotta have to stop. It's the talking that she realized gets to me,
Bro.
And they will not stop. They will not stop. Like, oh my god,
Bro. She'll be like, I'm sitting down. She'll be saying the same thing over and over. I just go to the bedroom like, yo, go mop. Go mop. I'm not trying to. I don't want to hear her talking about it no more. Go mop, bro. Like I give niggas free space, but when you dragging it, go fucking clean that shit up,
I was
bro.
little. My mom spoke to me in Tagalog, but none of the cousins were spoken to in Tagalog. I was the only one because the other families wanted their children to assimilate and succeed in the U.S. culture, whereas my mom wanted to preserve it. So I would be in the grocery store and she would be speaking to me in Tagalog, and I would speak to her in perfect English because I was ashamed of it. And then when I got older, I realized what she was doing.
I'm proud of the life I've built here.
I'm not where I want to be, obviously, but I feel like given everything that
so
I have
proud.
to be up against
I got this
coming
far.
to America, I'm proud of where I am now. I'm proud to even be here still because sometimes sometimes I just want to go back home.
I remember actively when I moved here.
Why do people feel like overcoming life stresses make them special, bro? It's life. I don't get that. Well, I overcame this. I overcame that. Yeah, you're supposed to. Nigga, everybody in life, even the richest of rich, face problems every day. Like I don't know, but that's just my opinion, though.
I was just in shock because what do you mean everyone has the opportunity to go to college, right? That opportunity is so scarce back home where that on its own felt like once I graduated with my bachelor's degree in business, I felt like I was on top of the world.
I think for a long time I was like grappling with my identity. So that's actually what I'm most proud of. It's not the financial, it's just that I have a 12-year-old that's watching me every day, and so I think it's really important for her to see like a strong Pinay queer that's like doing it every day, and also with the mindset of like, how can I help other people?
I think my greatest hope
did
is
you
just to
laugh?
continue building a life that is authentic
laugh,
to
Quadro?
myself and not let anybody
Why
tell
did you
me
laugh, Quadro?
that because of my identities that I'm not enough.
I thought about something.
Is it because she's queer? You chuckled again.
No. Without any further ado, let me just end it right here.